The R and L sounds cause students a lot of problems, but no worries, I'm here to help you with that today. My name's Stu Sensei. I'm a British English teacher from BritishPronunciation.com, and I'm here to level up your pronunciation. Let's get to it. Now, we don't just want to work on the sound technique because that's not enough. We're going to work through a 5-step process with some practical examples to help you improve your pronunciation. 5 steps look something like this. The first is the sound technique. The second is we're going to put those sounds into words and compare them and try and say the words with other sounds around them. Then we're going to put those words into sentences. That's because there's a lot more to think about in a sentence and your focus slightly goes away from the sound we're trying to work on. Then we're going to put the sounds into tongue twisters, trying to provide a distinction between the two sounds whilst we go through it, whilst working on the sound technique with a lot of those sounds appearing within the tongue twister. And after that, we're going to go through a shadowing exercise where you're going to mimic the way I speak to help you just clarify for yourself the pronunciation of that sound and many others. Let's have a look at the sound technique first. So for the R and L sounds, many people focus on the tongue position, and it is important. But first of all, if you can't work out what the difference is and you're making similar sounds for both, first thing to check out is your mouth position. It's a very easy way to distinctively tell if you're making mistakes. If we look at the mouth position for the R, it's more like a kiss in a way. Your lips are kind of being pushed forward and it's quite close together, aren't they? But then if we look at the L sound, we can see it's distinctly different, especially at the start. The tongue is going behind the teeth, and then the mouth position, the mouth is slightly open compared to the R. You see? So it's a little bit different. So if you want to just have a quick check, just go and look in the mirror. You can see a slight difference there. But then the next thing we do need to talk about is the tongue position. So this is where most people make the biggest errors. What they're trying to do is they're trying to put the tongue and make sure it's touching the top of their mouth. If you speak Japanese, by the way, you'll be used to putting your tongue up here for the rarirurero sound. But actually, this is somewhere in the middle of our R sound and L sound in English. For the L, try and think of behind the teeth, the tip of your tongue behind the teeth, and then you're going to bring it down. For the R, though, don't need to touch the top of your mouth or the top of your teeth. It's kind of hovering in the middle, but a little curved back like this. So those are the distinctions. You shouldn't be feeling the top of your mouth with the tip of your tongue, okay? You should be somewhere in the middle when you're making this sound. Now let's practice the sounds together. First the R sound, then the L sound, and then we're going to mix them up. Okay, here we go. Please repeat after me. R, r, r. Nice job. And the L sound. L, l, l. Fantastic. Now let's mix them together, okay? This is the tricky part. Repeat after me again. R, l, r, l, r, l. Great job. Now let's put those sounds into words. Now the reason why we're going to be practicing these sounds in words is because we want some other things to make it a little bit more complicated, like the other sounds that we're going to hear within this practice. Let's practice the words together. Are you ready? Let's go. Rack, rip, rake, rush, rag, rust, right, rate, rid, wrap, rink, rent, rice, rung. Nice job. Now let's try the words with the L sound. Here we go. Lack, lip, lake, lush, lag, lust, light, late, lid, lap, link, lent, lice, lung. Nice job. But did you notice something about those words? They're actually quite similar in sounds. If you look at the words, the only difference is the R and the L sound. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them next to each other. Let's practice. Rack, lack, rip, lip, rake, lake, rush, lush, rag, lag, rust, lust, right, light, rate, late, rid, lid, wrap, lap, rink, link, rent, lent, rice, lice, rung, lung. How was it? Was it difficult? Let's try and put those words into some sentences now. Okay, we're mixing them up. Each sentence will be one R, one L, one R, one L, like this. So let's try our best to do this with a lot more information surrounding it, making it a little bit more tricky to focus on the sound immediately. But try your best. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. He placed the dishes on the drying rack. There's a lack of sugar in the pantry. Be careful not to rip the paper. She applied gloss to her lip. We need to rake the leaves in the yard. They went swimming in the lake. Don't rush through your homework. The garden is lush and green. Use a rag to clean the table. My computer tends to lag sometimes. The old car began to rust. He spoke of his lust for adventure. Turn right at the next corner. The light in the room is very bright. The interest rate has gone up. Sorry, I'm running late. I need to get rid of these old clothes. Please put the lid back on the jar. He can rap very fast. The cat curled up in my lap. The ice rink is open for the season. Can you send me the link to the website? They pay rent at the beginning of the month. I lent him my favorite book. We had rice with dinner last night. The school sent a note home about lice. He's already rung the bell. Deep breaths exercise your lung. Okay, that's it for sentences. Now let's go on to the tongue twisters. Now the tongue twisters for this one can be a little tricky, but no worries. Try your best and I'm sure you're going to do a great job. We're going to do 3 speeds anyway. We're going to do slow, then medium, then fast. So just gradually improve as you go. You don't have to do the fast one. If you could do the medium, great job. Let's get into the first one. The slow one first. Rats race on rusted rungs while Lucy laps in late light. Okay, let's go on to medium speed now. Rats race on rusted rungs while Lucy laps in late light. Fantastic. Let's go on to the fast version now. Okay, here we go. Rats race on rusted rungs while Lucy laps in late light. Okay, now let's go on to the second one. First of all, the slow version. Ricky's rice rid of rats meets Lucy's lice in lustful light. Okay, the slow one gives you a good chance to really focus on that sound. So make sure you do that whilst you're doing it. Make sure you're being very sure of where your tongue position is, okay? Now let's go to the medium speed. Ricky's rice rid of rats meets Lucy's lice in lustful light. Okay, and now for the fast version. Here we go. Ricky's rice rid of rats meets Lucy's lice in lustful light. Okay, great attempt. Now, let's go on to the last tongue twister for today. Slow version again. Remember, focus on those sounds during the slow one. Here we go. Larry's lush racks rust in rapid rates. Fantastic. Now we're going to level it up. Here we go. Larry's lush racks rust in rapid rates. Okay, and now the fast version. Here we go. Larry's lush racks rust in rapid rates. Okay, nice practice. Now let's go into the shadowing practice. Okay, for those who don't know how to do shadowing practice, you'll see a paragraph on your screen. This paragraph, we're going to go through the whole thing together, but actually, I'm going to be reading it just before you. You want to start about 2 seconds after me, and you're listening out for all the sounds I'm making with the words that I'm saying just before you say them. So you're going to read the paragraph out loud as well. But by listening out as well, you can adjust your sounds whilst you're reading it after me. So it's quite useful. Let's go into the practice. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2. Ricky, known for his rapid repair work, found himself wrestling with rust on an old fence, while Lucy lent her artistic talents to paint a picture that captured the essence of Larkridge. The mural depicted a scene of unity with children racing on rungs and playing in laps of green grass. As the sun set, casting a golden light over the town, the distinction between Ricky's repaired racks and Lucy's lush landscapes blurred into a beautiful display of community and care. Together, they demonstrated the balance of hard work and leisure that defined the spirit of their town. Great job today. If you really want to improve your pronunciation, I suggest to come back to this video and practice daily. The more times you practice your weakness for pronunciation, the more confident you're going to get and the more distinctive the sounds will sound, because you're practicing regularly, you're noticing the differences, and then you're fixing them as you go. If you're enjoying these pronunciation videos, there's a whole load of them here, so make sure to check them out and improve your pronunciation even more today.